Hi, what up, guys? Now, Storm Connections has been out for at least a month now, and what do we have? Well, basically, we have a mediocre story mode that nobody really talks about ever since like the first 2 or 3 days. Since you could just watch it online, there's no reason to actually play it because you don't gain anything. It's just there. Obviously, that can be any type of reason on their end, like development side, most likely because Bandai probably cut their budget or tell them to just push the thing out and they weren't able to finish it properly, or they their usual like laziness slash just minimum effort maximum profit kind of thing, but who knows. We also got the history mode, which left a lot to be desired, excuse me, and it could have been better. Some parts were the the black blood on when it comes to like certain screenshots definitely looked out of place. It didn't really make any sense. I just wanted to make a quick edit real quick. So the following two matches you're about to watch are my first two matches online in this game. I have not played online against anyone. And yeah, they're so laggy. It's not even funny. Just take a look for yourself. But guess what though? You know who got something? Bandai. Now that Bandai got their money, depending on who you ask, like now that Bandai got their money, because they haven't talked about how many copies this game has sold and how many copies uh are out there. Now, if you go to Twitch, there's not a lot of people playing it, like streaming it. So that kind of tells you where the state of the game is at. A lot of people were not happy. The Steam reviews were mixed. I think at the time the game came out, they may be different. I might put a screenshot here of how it looks now, but the Steam reviews were definitely like people were not happy. People were definitely calling this game a cash grab, which as time progresses, it's starting to feel that way. It's just there's nothing to do the online, as you already know, because you own it. Just like I told you guys in a previous video a long time ago, they told you guys there was going to be no online function, no endless lobbies, no player. Well, there is a player match, but you can't invite your friend. You have to basically play random, like what's it called, on rank or player match. If you're trying to find a friend for you can play against, it's just basically lottery. And depending on what time of the day you play, it's basically even harder. Usually, some of my friends they play in the middle of the night because it's much easier to find each other. Like imagine a game like a fighting game, not a traditional fighting game because I don't consider this a fighting game, but a fighting game where you cannot invite somebody to fight against. Like, hey, I met this player who's really good online, and then it's just like, well, I can't, we can't, you can't run a set. We can't do a first to five or first to 10 because reasons. Not to mention that the balancing is, ridiculous. Some parts, some characters have certain things they shouldn't have, and they basically stop caring. And who? Then there was the AI, quote unquote AI. There's no real proof it was AI, but it was most likely some sort of like program they used to like sort of bake everyone's voice into a new format, because basically the reason why I think the voices sound this way is because they used a program that I think number one sped up the voices when they talk. They sped up the voices and also uh converted the sound file into a new format. So they used a program that did those two things, which led to a lot of the voices being janked in other languages. But they definitely didn't do that for Japan, because Japan doesn't play that kind of nonsense when it comes to the voice actors. They do not. They do not disrespect them that way. So they definitely didn't do it. So like obviously the JP voices sound better. There may be some parts, because I don't really play in Japanese. I play in English. Um, that sound probably some AI processing was done in Japanese, but most of the complaints is the other languages. Also, like they still haven't talked about adding any other online functions. Still, no update, no nothing. They have been basically radio silent besides the whole AI voice scandal thing where uh don't quote me on this, but like certain sites like IGN and I want to say Kotaku too, Kotaku as well, was also talking about that they use some AI voices, and it didn't really. The moment I played the game, because I got the game a few days early. I ran Neji in it. I don't know if you guys ever used Neji in English, but just do his jutsu or his ultimate jutsu. It just sounds ridiculous. It's just the voice is sped up, the voice is more high pitched. It doesn't really make any sense. But the only media thing that we've seen from them is just straight up the whole AI scandal thing, and the fact that somehow, some way, the Xbox matchmaking was broken. How the fuck did that happen? It doesn't make any sense, but it was broken. It's there, and and don't ask me. It's just that stuff doesn't really make any sense. It's just they literally had to release their game, like I said in previous videos, that they had to release their game before holiday season, holiday sale. And like, if you guys don't know, the holiday sales is usually before Thanksgiving, aka Black Friday, because that's when most American families go and buy their gifts for Christmas. So they had to release their game before then, and it just seems like Bandai is just not ashamed. Like, they know we're gonna buy it. I bought it on PS5. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it on PS5, and they get their thing and they just bounce. They literally don't care. And if it goes the same thing as Storm 4, where, don't quote me on this, but Storm 4, for they could fix Endless in Storm 4, because Storm 4 did have player match so you can invite people, but it did not have Endless. No, it did have Endless. I take that back. But Endless was 4 players and you cannot spectate. Why even have the game mode when they had this? They had the online working all the way back in Storm 2, but all of a sudden they just cannot get that to work. I mean, I know why, because, you know, casuals don't care about the online. They just care about my story mode. And then, you know, the target audience, the Fortnite, you know, demographic, aka we're gonna have big icons on the screen because we can't see small things. We need big, like, bright colors and shit. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's basically where we're at now. I have not played much of the online, mainly because I am porting the characters from connections to Storm 4. Or 10 of them. It's taken us quite a bit. It's too much work. Sometimes we lack motivation, and sometimes we just get stuck on stuff, which makes us procrastinate even more. But that's basically where we're at when it comes to this particular thing. So what's next? Well, the next quote-unquote fighting game is Jujutsu Kaisen, and you know, since the game is a Shonen Jump game, that means Bandai most likely automatically have the rights, which they do. That game also looks like a cash grab, probably even worse than this one. It might be just like Naruto and like Dragon Ball, One Piece, and most of the major like IP from Shonen is that Bandai needs to release a game for them every year, kind of thing, to keep the license. And I think for Jujutsu Kaisen, I think it's next year is the first year for them, so expect to a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen. If I butcher the name, give me a break there. But I expect a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen games to start coming out next few years. I don't think this game is gonna be good. I'm pretty sure. Like, granted, it's not like I've always seemed like I want these games to be bad. I always say I don't want these games to be bad. I never want these games to be bad, because, you know, we want these games to be fun. We have these characters that we like, and I like the anime arena fighting kind of genre. It's cool, and you sit there and you play, you mash buttons, and if you want to take it to, you know, a higher level, then you could probably find, you know, a certain group of people who, you know, who are like, hey, let's take this to the next level, let's run some tournaments and stuff. But this game, I think this game, in my opinion, looks bare bones, and they're just gonna release something, maybe the first season of the story mode, and they're gonna get their money and they're gonna dip, in my opinion. After that, the next big thing is Dragon Ball. Now, I want to make a separate video talking about Dragon Ball. Budokai Tenkaichi 4, aka, is it Sparking Zero? I think it's Sparking Zero. And they said they announced a few things that I do not agree with when it comes to announcing that kind of stuff, because you said it. Basically, I'm gonna make a video, but basically they said that they're gonna have the highest roster, the biggest roster ever. They should not be saying that, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about like just the game in general. Do you guys feel satisfied with Storm Connections at all? Like, do you think it was good? Do you think it could have been more? Are you excited for the DLC? Because we found the characters. If you don't know, it's gonna be I think Sage of the Six Paths, uh Kawaki, Karma, Jigen, no, not Jigen, Ishiki, Kurenai, and I am missing one. Uh Ishiki, Kurenai, Kawaki, Sage of the Six Paths, and I forgot the other one. Then I'll forget. Anyway, let me go. Let me know what you guys think. Uh, if you find the video entertaining, like, comment, and subscribe. All the YouTube nonsense that every YouTuber says. But yeah, peace out. Bandai took our money again, but we predicted this, but they took our money, bro.
As long as I'm still breathing, I'm gonna keep everyone safe.